where you need to prioritize. And I found out the hard way yesterday that my money means a lot to me and my time means a lot to me. I normally I go out and I do a deal video for you guys at least twice a week to bring you guys the most up-to-date current deals that they have going at Lowe's and Depot. I couldn't do Home Depot this week because yesterday I had to get tires on my car. Now, I live in a small rural town. They don't carry my size tire in this town. So I had to drive over an hour away to get tires at Walmart because they happen to have a set on clearance where I got a really good set of tires, some Goodyear, Goodyear Vanguard, I think they're called, 70,000 mile tire for $117 each. When I went to the dealership, they quoted me almost $1,500 for tires. I was like, that's a little much for me. So it's $585 out the door at Walmart.
I'm jealous. You have 18s.
Yes.
Okay. I have the same car. Mine's doesn't plug in, but it's the same car. I have a 19s.
Yeah, yours
19s are $320 each. And there's only two brands at Discount Tire. It is one is $300 and one is $320.
That sucks, doesn't it?
That does suck.
Got a flat today, Paul?
Carry on.
So, 2 cars ahead of me. They tell us it's going to be about half hour to 45 minutes in and out. I'm like, great. We've got time. Go ahead. Let's do it. It was 5.5 hours for 4 tires. And I don't know about you guys, but the first half hour at Walmart is pushing it. I'm kind of good for the first half hour, and then after that, I start thinking about like, is homicide still illegal? And 5 hours. Now, my wife the whole time happy as a lark. She's just walking around shopping, spending more money than we need to spend. I think the whole trip cost us a little over $1,200. And
man,
I got one thing. I got $1.64 thing of jelly beans.
You could have drove to my house and we could have done it ourselves.
Yeah. It's sad. I'm just sitting there like, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to some place where I can sit and just be like, how long is this going to be? Apparently they screwed up somebody's oil change ahead of me. In their 2-bay garage.
Dang.
And it took all hands on deck to figure out how to fix whatever they did on the other guy's car. And I'm just like,
wow.
$1,200, $500 on tires. Yeah. She bought basically the whole store. She's buying sundresses. We got our entire food shopping done, I think, for the month. It's like it was. She's just going through da like nothing happening, and I'm just sitting there like they don't even have the video. You remember back in the 90s, they had the video games that you could stand there in the electronics department and play for a little bit.
They don't have that no more?
No, they don't have that anymore. So and the tools that they have, by and large, like if you're a serious tool guy, they suck.
Yeah.
I didn't pay to have my oil changed. Somebody else got theirs changed ahead of me. I don't understand it. I don't know how you can screw up an oil change, but doggone it if Walmart didn't do it. It's impressive.
That's terrible.
Yeah, the thing is, it was 5.5 hours. So I normally, like, if we're going to Walmart, an hour, I'll be like, okay, I could suffer through for an hour.
I would have left, dude. I don't know. I wouldn't have.
Oh, no. You can't leave. Did you know that when you go to Walmart and get tires, the minute they take your keys for you, they put a mechanic's lien on your vehicle? That's like part of the thing that you sign. So if you leave, I guess they could repo your car or something.
You can't just come back.
Apparently not. So we get the car's tires on, whatever, and I'm like, hey, can I grab the keys so I can put this stuff in the back and while she's paying? And the guy's like, you can't have your keys until you pay. And I'm like, well, she's standing right there. I could just take her keys and go, or you could just give me my keys.
Whether or not they've done the service, you got to pay.
Apparently. Well, they had finished it at 5.5 hours. Like, ugh. They finished it at 5.5 hours. And then the guy's like, you can't take your car until you pay. And I'm like,
he probably thought you were going to go get something to hang him.
I did have that look on my face. I can't blame him if that's what he thought. But if you've ever spent 5.5 hours at a Walmart,
like, oh no, he's going to get his strangling gloves from the glove box.
Yeah, if you've ever spent 5.5 hours at Walmart, I think you're legally allowed to at least commit one.
Something, dude. You got to choke somebody out.
It was terrible. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but when I go into Walmart, women and children cannot see me.
Yeah.
There's like an invisibility cloak or something that goes around me because they will not get it. Like if I'm walking, they walk right at me. And I'm like, where the hell am I supposed to go? Are there any Walmart tools made in the USA? A couple of hammers.
I don't think there's a Walmart item made in the USA.
Oh, that's not true.
But
3M tape.
3M tape. They sell 3M?
Yeah.
Okay.
Squatter strikes at Walmart. That'd be funny. Hi to all the regulars. I'm sorry I haven't been saying hi to you guys. I just wanted to get this off of my chest. Now, in the 10 minutes that I got into Home Depot yesterday, I did pick up something. It's the Smart Sidekick. It's automatically controls the flow of paint to your roller, so you don't have to keep going back to freshen up your roller. It allows you to just go. You just put the hose in the bucket and go out and go on painting it. And I got that for $35.04 down from $69.
I say $40 is the right price. All right.
So very happy to get that. Here are the Walmart branded Hyper Tough, or I guess they're tool shop. So maybe this is Menards pry bars that I picked up a week or so ago.
Nice.
No, it was just terrible. I can't stand Walmart on the best of days.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got to
paint and I don't get along, dude.
Yeah.
Paint and I don't get along.
Yeah, neither does drywall. Anyway, I need to repaint the inside of my garage because, like you can see up here, the paint is starting to peel off because we go through extreme temperatures out here. And the people, when this garage was built in the 90s, they decided that there was no such thing as primer. And primer will help prevent that kind of peeling, just random, indiscriminate. But they didn't do primer anywhere. That's probably the most accurate statement anyone's ever said, Sayre.
What's up, Sayre?
Just somebody chat something so he can't see it. Austin on meth. You see that person that's claiming to be my son right there? Somebody do me a favor. Don't time him out. Block him. Like, I want that dude gone. But first of all, you want to come at me? Cool. You leave my son and my wife out of it. That's out of bounds.
I reported him for self-injury.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Went down the list and I was like, that one.
Perfect. Yes, thank you guys.
Because you're asking for trouble. He's asking for you to do me. He's just asking for it. So secondhand.
It's Walmart. What do I expect? Some kind of service. That's what I expect from Walmart. I expect you're out there. And I mean, $500, $585 for the tires. And the worst part is, we asked for road hazard. They told us they didn't know how to put road hazard on it. So now I've got to go to my local Walmart, take in the receipt, and have my local Walmart add in road hazard because I live on a dirt road and stuff can be a little hairy on a dirt road because we've always got farm vehicles going by and whatnot. So occasionally you'll pick up a nail or one time we picked up a screwdriver. So
you ever ran over a rivet? A rivet?
No.
Is,
not in Butler. I haven't.
Man, a rivet will do some damage real quick.
Yeah.
It's just like a direct air port. You know what I mean? It's just hollow sleeve. There's no, it's not a nail. Like the nail fills the hole as it punctures. This thing's just like a direct airport.
Oh, they are. The worst thing I ever got was a bolt. I got a full size bolt in one of my tires once. I can't even. I want to say it was South Carolina. We were down there. We were doing a job and going down the highway, and I hear thud, 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 thud. And I'm like, I get out. The tire's not flat, but you can hear it when you get out that it's going flat. And it probably another 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever it was completely down to the rim. I was like, oh, it's a rental truck. It's not like you got a whole bunch of stuff with you. So had to get towed to a local service area where, ironically enough, the dude offered me a job and then told me, I'm like, look, I used to live in South Carolina. I'm not from here. I used to live here. I'm actually from New York. And I'm like, I've always loved this area. I always thought South Carolina was beautiful. He offered me a job. He's like, well, why don't you come work with me? And I'm like, I got no place to live. I'm living at a hotel right now. He takes me to a house and he's like, I'll let you rent this house. You can have the first 5 months, 6 months, no rent as long as you come work for me. And he goes, and the best part is if you see that flag, and it was a certain flag, on that end of the street, and you see that flag on the other end of the street, that means it's protected. I'm like, protected by what? Are they got cops over here? Green as grass, don't know what he's talking about. He's like, this is all white neighborhood. And I was like, I'm out.
That's crazy.
The crazy people that are out there in this world. Look, it's just
I don't even understand that concept. Protected, like
I didn't know what he was talking about.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he showed me his little card with the red. It was red and white, had some stuff around the circle of it. Looked like an old type of cross. And the first word of it was, or I guess it wasn't the first word
the letter.
Of it, but
yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, it was a K.
They actually have cards, like they're cards, like it's actually a club.
There is, yeah. It's just disgusting. They're
Wow.
disgusting people.
Crazy.
Army of Northern Virginia flag. Yes, Denny. Ironically enough, yes. It's just one of those crazy, like you don't expect it. Like you don't expect spending 5.5 hours at Walmart. You don't expect somebody to tell you that stuff. I just told the dude I'm out. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Thanks.
The chat froze on the computer. I've had the chat freeze on my phone.
I think it froze here as well, but or they're just not paying any attention.
Yeah, I've never had the chat freeze on my computer before.
Well, I got a new message from Sarah. Picture 3 triangles looking up from bottom of a well, something like that. It was kind of disgusting. I like those people bother me. I don't like those types of people. I don't want to be around those types of people. Who gives a crap what skin color you are? I judge you by the person you are, the person you aren't. Jim H loves big women. What's up, Budsville? Rodney, I saw Sarah. We've mentioned Sarah a couple of times. Danny, B Dubs, Paul, Caleb.
The
Trailing
Vito Pro
tactics
Pack,
or trailing
yeah,
tackle.
the Vito
just
Pro
going
Packs
TNT.
get too bulky. The TP3s, it's just too big, man. It's too big for me to even want to try out. I haven't tried it.
Oh, good, Buds. I'm glad you like that one. It's the perfect size, and it's right here. It's right there.
Nice.
Do I have the 805? I've got the 800. I used to have the 805, but it was taken. What's up, Jamie True? Oh,
Single axle truck with 1,000 G race gas and 1,000 G methanol on board. And the entire tread hit the bottom of the tank. So it was over. Dang.
look, I'll do something just for Buds.
What are you doing? Why didn't that go in? Okay, there we go. Yeah.
You like that, Buds? Reminds you of
like
your
that.
date night. He's jerking it to DeWalt right now. Oh, you're finally in spring break. Good for you. Where are my Makita boys at? They're probably playing soggy bread together. Would I recommend the 805? I mean, if you're in the DeWalt platform and you want a compact drill, it's fine.
I like it. I like the 800s. I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're just a little too inconsistent for me. That's it.
There's not too much they won't do. But of course, bigger drills better. But a render contractor, was it Friday? They said his 1007 is too sensitive. And the aim to kickback is turning on as soon as he holds the drill horizontal. So you can't, sometimes if you're in a panel and you're trying to drill a hole saw through the back or something, the battery might be hitting a certain part of like the wall. So you turn the drill on its side. And as soon as he turns the drill on its side, it turns off. So there we are with more technology to fix stupid people problems, man. Just use the drill properly. And we wouldn't need all this anti-kickback garbage.
Michael, you make a great point. Impacts are getting shorter. The batteries are getting longer. As a matter of fact, you can see on this one, the battery actually sticks out further than the face of the tool.
Yep. That's why it's not my favorite.
That could, you like the 850. The 850 is the same.
I had like the 840 and the 860.
Somebody else said something. I want to address it real quick. Jamie, God bless you. Any suggestions on a case for the impact wrench to be portable? Yeah. How about that little case that it comes in? Himothy, why did you fold on the Home Depot DeWalt deals? There you go. These are the batteries to face opposite directions. Well, if they just angle the head of the tool slightly, maybe 22.5 degrees or so, then when you're driving, it kind of takes this out of the equation.
Yeah, Milwaukee's
However,
actually pretty good about doing that.
It also throws the balance of the tool off when you do that.
Yeah.
Sell it, Mitchell. Peter C., you want to know the difference between a 1/2 inch and a 3/8 impact wrench for your DIY self? 3/8. That's the one I would go with. There, 3/8 impact wrenches are typically more powerful than 1/2 inch, but the sockets are easier to find and buy.
Yeah, Milwaukee Nike had the batteries just slid different directions. The V18, not the M18.
Oh, some poor schlub out here. He just believes in overpaying for bad tools. He said Hilti and Makita.
Dang. I don't know if Hilti's bad tools, but
they're not. They're just not as powerful.
As an individual, why are you buying Hilti? I get, you got a fleet and you got a whole, crew of people and the warranty. But as an individual, buying a tool that's going to last 10 years and then not get to switch out to the next best thing that comes out every 3, you're 3 generations behind in tools by the time you get a new one.
Hey, we just had somebody show up, and I need everybody to say hello to Juan, but I need you to do it with just one word, and that word is hippie. Hippie. What's up, Kona?
What's up, hippie?
Oh, where does the rigid hydraulic impact come out? June. Comes out June's going to be $159.
It's not a bad price.
No. Juan's a hippie. He's just in the closet about so many things, but including being a hippie.
It's a closet hippie.
Yeah. I mean, we know that he really deep down inside loves cobalt hand tools, wrenches, pliers, sockets. You name it, he buys it from Cobalt. The pricing lower than quite a bit lower. I think the 870 as a bare tool is what, $199, and as a kit it's $300.
That drill there is $200.
As a kit?
As a kit, holy crap, $350. Bare tool, $200. As a kit, I don't even want to know. I don't even know what options batteries come with it.
The rigid, I believe, is going to be $159. I don't know if that's as a kit or as a bare tool, but either way, I'm getting it.
Way cheaper than the DeWalt and probably better.
Do I own a Pro Press? No, I don't.
Nope.
Die tongues.
Fast charger and 8 amp power pack. Nice. So the kit's probably $340, $349.
Oh, what was the first thing I learned in the trades that blew my mind? That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Actually, blowing your mind is kind of hard to do when you're surrounded by things that are going to kill you all the time. I would say what really blew my mind was we were doing direct injection testing on transformers, and we were testing and high amperage, and we were hitting test, and the cables were actually jumping in the air about 8 inches. That's pretty cool.
I mean, the thing that stuck out to me was how ineffective a hard hat is. If you've ever been, like, yeah, they're nice. Your buddy will wrap you on the head with stuff every once in a while, but um, no, watch the dude take a fork from a forklift in the back of the head. His hard hat didn't stop that at all. Um,
Yeah,
let's
sorry,
see.
BWs. Pay. I gotta pay the bill on that burner phone. I gotta get back into that. I got sick for like 3 weeks, man. I'm behind on everything.
Oh, how many dudes that you work with have criminal records or drug dependency? That's
How many guys do I work with? Forever.
Oh, I know you like all of
Yeah.
them.
No, well, not anymore. Not with the city.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, on the job site. On the
Oh,
job site, that's the thing that blew my like the first probably the first thing that really blew my mind was finding out how many, because remember I started when I was in high school, 14 years old.
oh yeah.
How many dudes were like on substances and how many of them had criminal records?
You know,
Watch the dude get arrested for back child support. The police had to chase him up the side of the building.
you know, I still didn't fully understand how many people do until I guess I even got more into YouTube only recently.
Oh,
But I realized how many actual, have problems like that. Because the company I work for was pretty decent.
yeah. Well, even back then, you were supposed to take a drug test, but there was a thing called the Wizinator
The Wisdom
that
hater.
folks used to do.
Yeah.
Don't ask, don't tell. That's for the electricians. Future plumber, what brand is
I do work
recommended
with
for a
the
plumber?
criminals.
Yeah, for a plumber, rigid for like your heavy duty equipment, rigid red. But for like power tools and whatnot, I would actually go to Walt because DeWalt is going to be better at resisting moisture than Milwaukee. Or if you really want to throw people for a loop, get Metabo. But Metabo doesn't make enough for the plumbing industry.
Yeah.
Skyscrapers are designed as well. I knew that before I got into the trades. I knew that skyscrapers, because I'm from New York. So if you've ever been up on a or in a big building, you can actually, on a windy day, you can feel them going back and forth.
That's
That's not so bad.
pretty cool.
Verbal, yeah, it is. It's not just a running joke because the Makita tools are a joke. They're
Yeah.
overpriced, underpowered, underperforming garbage.
I was on a power drop. Got motion sickness from this way. This skyscraper.
Oh, I watched a guy fall off of one of those. It wasn't a cell tower; it was a radio tower. Uh, Late 80s. He was up there doing some work, and he didn't wear his harness, and he fell. He fell off the tower and broke his back. That
Was
was
it?
fun to watch. Oh yeah, well, I didn't really take a whole running list. I can remember his name because he was kind of a family friend before he broke his back. So we would always go over there like he was a friend of my dad's. Kind of meant he was a dirtbag, by the way. He was a friend of my dad's. We called him the king of creative financing because whenever his bills were running late, his house was about to get repoed or whatever, there would be miraculously be a fire at his house that burned it down, and it was just like when he caught his home insurance back up. That's when the fire took place. He did that like 3 or 4 times, and he was. I'll tell you just a little background on him. He was a bag of poo. Sorry, I try to keep it clean for YouTube. He was a big bag of smelly poo. His wife, I can't remember his name. His daughter was the first girl I ever saw her chest. Anyway, I remember her name, and her name was Rita. She was a few years older than me, so bonus there. But Ron used to beat up his wife. Never had a use for that kind of guy. Never had a use for Ron Rogers anyway. Milwaukee,
Maybe
DeWalt
says,
constantly. You're allowed.
yeah, that's normal though. One makes one thing and then one makes another. Right now, for me, it's DeWalt though.
Fall arrest is not a game. I saw a harness at Walmart today in their clearance aisle. It's for hunters, and I was like, yeah. It had the padded straps that go around your legs.
Yep.
As opposed to, I remember back when they were just the nylon.
Yeah, like an inch and a half.
The leg harness. Yeah, that would just cut the bejesus out of your legs if you actually fell.
Right. Yeah, they teach you that. They're like, well, when you fall, you want to get in that sitting position. They're like, also, this sitting position is going to cut off circulation in 2 hours, and you're going to lose your legs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if you ever, and I have had to use the harness before because like big men on windy, like up tall, up high, the wind is even worse. Big men, I've got a big area for wind to catch. And sometimes, no matter how sure-footed you are, that wind will just catch you, push you a little bit, and you're on for a ride. You're taking a swing that day. So I'm a big believer in having those harnesses. But the old harnesses that we used to have sucked. And I wouldn't recommend those to anyone. Even like back in those days, I was only about 180, 190 pounds. Not the svelte figure that I am today.
Oh yeah, you generate a good 12,000.
Oh yeah, the building's coming down if I'm going.
Whatever you taught that fall protection to, you're taking the building with it.
Yeah. When your legs fall off. Okay. Was at Walmart and bought Lou's spinning combo. What? For $12 on clearance? I don't know what.
I don't know what that is.
Fall protection harnesses are not protective. They have padding. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do hurt, but the ones back in the day, like once they tightened up, because what they don't understand, or maybe they do, they just don't care, is that when you initially start to fall, you're weightless. So that harness, right? It doesn't. We're all supposed to fall at the same rate. It's not true. It kind of moves up on you, and then it would right between the sack right there.
Right. It's going to readjust to realign itself perfectly centered.
They ain't fun. At least now they got padding on them, which I appreciate. Wish I had padding back in the day. I just got nut strapped.
Now we got the yo-yos. The yo-yos are nice. They're a little bit heavier than the just the standard lanyards, but the yo-yos is where it's at.
Is it?
Because they'll like lock, kind of like a seatbelt does, So
yeah.
Even if you were to like trip and fall, like they just lock and then slowly release you. Yo-yos is where it's at if you can get one.
I need one then.
Yeah.
Because those are nice. I don't understand, like, because I see it all the time. Guys going up on roofs, not wearing any type of protection or whatever. My sister's husband, my sister Susie, her first husband of the four, her first husband, he was up doing something on their roof, and he fell off, and he became a quadriplegic. So I remember, she and I aren't close, but I remember her having to walk over to him, like when he was coughing or whatever, and compress his chest to get the mucus out of his chest. And all because he fell off the roof. And the worst part is when he was down there and she's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be up in a minute." Never moved again.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven, I feel your pain, brother. There's no padding on fall protection harness. What? They don't have. Well, get the hunting one that I saw today because it had padding around the legs.
Yeah, they don't have any on construction ones. They have
Sucks.
more and wider nylon, thick straps. But yeah, there's no padding.
Dude, it was like taking, you know, those Harbor Freight, the orange Harbor Freight toe straps.
Yeah.
Not toe straps, but the tie down straps.
Right.
That's basically what they used to be made of. And they will cut you. They will cut you something fierce.
Yeah, they used to allow belts, and then people were jackknifing out of those.
Metal roofs the metal roofs are terrible. You can't get your footing on a metal roof. Dude, I'm with you, Steven. Yeah, once you take a nut strap, that you don't want to get back up there for the day or so. Best hand tools, Husky or Craftsman? Of those two, are like Husky, I guess. It's not really saying much.
I could just picture Steven laying there at the bottom of the tree for an hour. Not that that's funny, but it's an image that I can appreciate.
The cheap ones are still thin. That sucks. Yeah, you don't at least want it. I think you'd at least want a wider, because you'll like. It just depends, because you don't have a whole lot of time once the harness catches. You don't have a lot of time in that harness before your legs go to sleep and start turning color or whatever. Basically, you fall, and it's like they got to get you then.
Yeah.
If you're working alone, you're screwed.
Right.
You know, because like where those harnesses hook in your back, it's not like you can reach back there. You're trying to do this thing over your head to relieve some of the pressure on your leg. Oh, you got to get it. You got to get somebody to get you out of there right then. Do a roast battle with who? I don't think my partner in crime up there is in for a roast battle with me.
No.
When I got home, the bruising looked like I was beaten like a redheaded stepchild. That's the truth right there.
Sounds about right, though.
Yeah. And did it go all the way up, like up your waist into your stomach area and then down? I think I was bruised from about mid thigh up to about the bottom of my rib cage. Kansas, first of all, you a midget. The only thing I can't hang with you on is when you're hanging from dingleberries, because I can't hide underneath a dude like that. They had to carry another strap to hook the waist on. See, when I was doing it, they had to have somebody up there with you that was going to lower you to the ground, because there was no other safety measures. It was just terrible, dude. And the worst time is what I'm describing, with mid thigh to about the bottom of my rib cage. Was hurting for a week. I think I even bruised a couple of ribs just from the fall. And I didn't fall, but maybe 10 feet.
That's far. That's far. Let's say 200 pounds generates about 7,000 pounds of force.
The hand motion is crazy. Sorry, I talk with my hands. I'm from New York.
I wasn't paying attention. It's great.
Only saves your life, but does not prevent injury. And most suffer internal injuries that can cripple you. Yeah, the fall arrest is terrible. I'm with you there. I agree. In all seriousness, trust the rigor wrong, move your debt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what does Mario want to know about?
I don't know. Let me see.
You hope you're close enough to put your feet against something. I mean, fortunately, like when I went, I was just out in the wind. There was nothing
You want a boom
for
lift?
me. No, I had tied off. I was working on a 30-story building, and I had tied off up at the top, and I fell only about 10 feet. But where I fell, I was just in the middle of nothingness.
Right, dangling. Yeah, off the edge.
And it was terrible. I don't.
Did
What's up,
your
Harrison?
lanyard the secondary? Because you get your lanyard with like the bungee, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's about 4 foot long.
yeah,
Maybe it's 6, and then you've got a stitching of a mess that's usually wrapped in like almost like shrink wrap plastic. That's pretty much another 6 feet of extra breakaway on your
yeah.
lanyard. Did all that break too?
No, so the harness that we had, because I'm old.
Oh,
The
that
harness
didn't
we
exist
had,
back in the. You didn't have that one.
you had you had a hook. It looked like a really thick keychain hook, right? The circle.
Oh God. Okay.
And then you had a dog leash looking thing, and a metal wire that was wrapped in like plastic, and
Right.
you could go in about 10 feet intervals, and then you had to tie off on something else.
Right. Okay.
But while you're in between tying off, you had to unhook, then walk with it in your hand to the
Yes.
next place to tie off.
Let's see.
Yeah, the hand talking is just normal. Juan
Huh.
wouldn't know anything about normal. Juan's idea of normal is going down to Chick-fil-A and thinking it's a place for him to meet the fellas coming in from the boats. Free ice cream trucks. I don't know what's wrong with Juan. A lot is my guess. Mitchell, only by the government. You were
Talking
taking
about the
it from
guy.
your dad. I was getting it from the government.
Oh, shit. This is why I don't try anymore. Oh, I don't try anymore.
See, that's how old I am. I can remember when safety was the afterthought, not the priority.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 foot. Who hasn't fell off a ladder? Just show of hands. Anyone in the comments who hasn't fallen off a ladder?
I think everyone's falling off a ladder. If you haven't fully fallen off a ladder, you've at least like missed that last step and then taken like a larger step,
Yeah.
and then just landed on your ass.
Oh, yeah.
That counts too.
Juan Aguilar has not. Uh, do you want to know how Juan asked for a date?
Uh
He goes to the corner, gets on his knees, and opens his mouth. Anyway.
Wait.
All right.
Wait, you should. There's 2 wands there, so you should clarify which wand before you just insult.
It's learning with Juan, not
Yeah.
the normal everyday Juan, the
There
other
you go.
Juan.
The other wand.
Fallen off a ladder several times. That's too bad. Knock on wood. I think the worst thing that's ever happened to me falling off a ladder was getting the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, step ladders are the worst. Yeah, Juan, the new guy, you're fine. Fell off a bucket more than a ladder. Buckets are tricky
Buckets are
because you
tricky.
try to catch yourself and then the bucket goes the other way
The bucket's like, fuck you.
And then you like fall on the bucket and the ground at the same time. Oh, you're 21.
Yeah.
You don't count. Get the wind knocked out of you, yeah. Yeah, I was praying. It was called church, Juan. Yours is just called looking for a fella.
Dang.
I'm not saying nothing, but the only glory that Juan's going to look forward to is his moment in the hole. Juan, at some point, you should just realize you've been in over your head your entire life. This is just a continuation of that. Only advanced.
Jamie.
I saw a guy that could maneuver a bucket just by wiggling it back and forth all the way across a room. I've never had that skill. Juan's a makita guy. Worst is when I fall off an 8-foot ladder.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie hit the ground 50 miles an hour in a dirt bike jump. That's why they got helmets.
I don't, Mitchell. I threw it out. It went out in the garbage on Sunday, and it's just because it's sitting in the garbage here in the garage, which I don't. I only throw that stuff out when the basket's full.
Rodney, I did just about knock myself out once on a 12-foot ladder, pulling wire, and pliers slipped and hit my eyebrow. Ended up with 8 stitches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another show of hands. Who among us hasn't hit themselves in the face with a tool? Like you're using it, you're using it wrong because it's coming at you. But and then right, I always catch myself in the lips. Like I always punch myself in the lips. I don't know if I'm the only one.
I'll say doing really sketchy, stupid stuff on YouTube with drills, if that counts. But as far as hand tools, no, dude. I watched a dude bust 2 front teeth out one day, pulling with Kleins, and I made it a note from that day on. I was like, okay, we're no longer gonna have our face in line with wherever we're pulling. You know?
No. You would think that we as men would learn like the first time you do it, but like I watched this guy. Whenever he uses a razor knife, it's coming back toward him.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a way to do it, right? So if you lock your body
away
if you lock your body like this and you're pulling the wire and your hand is still, you pull the wire along the knife and not really pulling towards you, and your hand is locked, you can't really go very far. So yeah, I keep my knife close to me, facing me often, but it's never in a position that can, your arm is locked, so it can't. I mean, I suppose it could if you really wanted it to.
The last thing that hit Juan in the face was a pair of balls. Anyway, remember, Juan, you wanted to start this today. I was just going to call you hippie and leave it at that and make fun of you for using cobalt tools. That was easy. But remember, countless ladders and 2 houses. How many of you have used your mouth to hold stuff? The secret the third arm. Of everyone, I would think.
Oh yeah, I just did a video where I was putting in those lights, and I put that light bulb in my mouth, and I was hanging onto it while I was working, and I was like, "This isn't working." I handed it back to my daughter.
Dr. Jack the Ripper. You know what, Howie? I might spend a lot of time on the foot-long hot dog truck, but you're spending a whole lot of your time on some dude's foot-long hot dog. Cobalt or Makita. Hand tools. I would rather use hand tools than either of those. Makita guys always put extra stuff in it. That's true.
Extra. Say you're not joking, dude. That 25-foot step ladder So
It is.
let me think. I don't think it's a 25. Isn't it a 23? I got to think about the math on this. That's the one with the spreaders that almost look like they're not factory. You know what I'm talking about? They almost look like they're not factory because it's like sheet metal
Hold on a
that comes
second, Patrick.
across.
Yeah.
And I was working on a 26-foot ceiling. So 23, 24, 25, 26. Nope, that's wrong. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I can't remember what I was working on, dude. I was standing on the top of one of those, and I was using the top of my head to push against the ceiling while I was building this. Dude, Bermudian. Sorry, I can't say against very well.
It's all right.
I was standing on the top of this ladder on the very
Thank you, Patrick.
not the aluminum steps. Okay, I was on the nylon one in the top. I'm standing 20 feet up, got my head pushed against the ceiling, working on this freaking chandelier, dude. I don't know what I was thinking, man. Never again. Never again.
Patrick, you want to know about drill bits and impact rated bits. So for twist bits, standard twist bits, I actually like the gold and black titanium set from DeWalt. I like those. They're very smooth. They're very good. As far as impact rated bits, Bosch. Bosch standard impact rated bits are actually better than everybody else's. So
yeah. Oh, I just got a question. Hang on.
You guys really find out about leverage at that point, don't you? SoAlz, do you prefer using math to figure stuff out like arches and rafters? You do manual using a square and marking everything out. So I actually mark everything out with a square. It's just the way I was taught. It's easier for me. As DeWalt Industrial are made in Germany. Okay. Oh, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Rodney. I appreciate that. Oh, we're about ready to get off of here anyway. He's got to go watch Wicked with the family. Because he's into show tunes. He's into. It's terrible, dude.
What were we going to say?
It's free on streaming, so it'll be there when you get off.
That's why she wants to watch it.
If you've got, I can't remember what one it is, but either Paramount or
Kansas liked it, and Kansas is a Makita guy, so.
Well, Kansas and show tunes. I mean, first of all, it's about his home state. You know, Dorothy's from Kansas. He's from Kansas. It's got Munchkins. He's a Munchkin.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Like, it makes sense why he would like it. He's like, I remember when that girl fell in my yard. Her and her little dog.
Steven just watched Moana too. Man, the first hour of that movie was slow. It was slow. I do follow the yellow brick road.
You refuse to lick the stream. Thank you, Sayer. Leave that to Juan. Get the Bosch bit set for $14. While he's docking?
Yeah.
Okay. He's probably sitting there bricked right now. The Lost Land soon? I don't know. You feel like Dorothy is a freak? Why? Because she hung out with 3 dudes the entire time they sang. Yeah, I'm just saying.
If you actually live in Kansas, your house doesn't blow every year. Let's get a new one every year.
You don't have the you don't have the live chat up. You just have the top one up. That's why you're like 2 minutes behind us.
You sure? I've got the both. Well, I've got this one up, but then I've got the one that's on the computer.
The last message is from Howie. It says LOL. Peter.
Oh, you're right. I don't have it.
Plenty of
Damn.
politicians like to lick stuff. Anyone watch Tulsa King? Dude, I love Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I had. Why is that a thing? Why is that an option to do on the computer now? Why can't they leave this alone?
I don't know. If life was a musical, what would be my theme song? Silence. The sound of silence.
The sound of silence. That's awesome.
See, Jay, I like him even more now. No, Kansas. We all know what yours would be.
I would hope
We're
so.
off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. 3 guys, 1 girl. I've seen that video. I don't do music. I don't listen to music. Been 30 years not listening to music. Sayers would be It's Raining Men, according to Juan. Dorothy was singing that to the Tin Man.
America, fuck yeah, so it's awesome.
The ballad of
Kansas be singing "We're the Lollipop Kids."
I did appreciate his rendition of that when he was singing it to that little girl.
Yeah.
Hey, someday you're the reason for the safety meeting, and other day you're the reason we call you to do sketchy stuff.
That's funny.
Yes, Jay, it's still gay, no matter what color it is.
You gotta get a stool and get himself out of these short jokes.
I'm so pretty. I don't know that song, so okay.
Hey, you could have met up the other day. You were feeling bad though, right? We could have had another.
Well, it was just time got away from me because I was recording that day and trying to make these videos longer so that I make more money on them. True story.
Yeah, true story.
I didn't have time, and by the time I was done bending over, because I'm rather fat, by the time I was bending over, I was not feeling well.
Into the Sandman.
My theme song would be "When You're Strange."
I don't know that one.
I know who the Doors are.
What music am I into? I like reggae.
Because it has the word gay in it.
I like reggae. Let's see, you got Dirty Heads, you got Collie Buds, you got Revolution, Tribal Seed, Stick Figure, all that. Listen to that music.
Never heard of any of them.
It's more like Cali reggae too. It's not even like real reggae.
Oh, that's a good idea, Jay. I'll try to lose weight. It's on my bucket list. That's probably when I'll start losing it too. Is when I kick the bucket.
It's cheating.
All right, guys. It's been an hour of Sunday fun. We're gonna get out of here because his wife told him he had a prior engagement to watch a musical, a show tune.
JB says to the sense of me like Hollybuds, that guy used to read me bedtime stories. Knew him personally. His name is Colin Harper.
Is the Buds the same as Budsville?
Yes, that's why it's called Collie Buds.
So what's collie? Dog?
Collie.
Because you smell like a dog's butthole when you're smoking that stuff?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of here. For all you Makita guys, don't forget, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of you, Men don't watch musicals.
Is it a musical? Wait, hang on.
It's a musical. Oh, you're gonna love it. It's so
great.
you.
Right. If we go live and we're killing zombies, that's what happened.
He's gonna be singing a musical pretty nice.
We'll see you guys later.